Hello, everybody. Today we are coloring in an orchard full of fairies. Yay! It is very light outside. I don't know why the light's not coming in. Let me try something else and then, because I don't really want to use up electricity, if I can use natural light. I can use the natural light over here to see if that works. We're trying to use natural light instead of dark. So I hope everybody knows this. I got the new book, Orchard Full of Fairies by Klara Markova. Some of you know that she's a Czech Republic artist. So I really have enjoyed this. So some of you can tell I started something here. I didn't finish it. So that's what the only thing I have colored so far in the book. And then I think we're going to be coloring, what is this one? This one. I just like this a lot. So I have brought 3 sets of pencils out with me, my Prismas, my Polychromos, and we're coloring this one. Trying to get this one to stabilize. Sometimes stabilizing is not always the best thing. I don't know why this doesn't, it always gets loose and I always have to like tighten the tripod. No matter what I do, it doesn't tighten as much as it should. So this is the one that I wanted to color. Just put this on the side so we remember where we are. So I brought out my Polychromos, my Prismas, and my Holbeins because each of those pencils does something different. So I love my Holbeins, except they're very hard and pricey to get. Same with the Holbeins. So keep that in mind. I did bring out the duplicates, which you see over here is my duplicate Prismas and my Polychromos should I need replacements, because I always seem to need replacements for my Polychromos. I don't know why my screen suddenly went, like you guys don't see that, but my screen suddenly, every time I video. Now what I like about the Polychromos is that they have beautiful beautiful brown. The thing that I like about my Prismas is I can blend them and layer with them. So doing skin tone for me with my Prismas is really good. So I did purchase this book on Etsy. I put disclaimers down below on the video description so we don't have to constantly go over it. What I did with that is I put it in a thing in there. I thought it'd be nice to do something a little bit different that's not on the finished pages. I did relent and I did purchase this, although it was a pricey penny for it. I'm not going to lie, the book was very, very pricey. There's super chats enabled if anybody wants to donate. I did put a link down below if anybody wants, just to remember the book is pricey, but in my opinion, I think it's worth it. But that's a personal thing. There aren't many copies left on the artist's Etsy store. I think she only has like 7 or 5 left. Don't quote me because that number is always changing. It does take a while to arrive, but you do. I did have to sign for the package when it came. Not really sure what kind of flower that is. What we'll do with the girls later, but we'll first color the top part. I know we haven't been around lately. Also, to keep you updated on things, I am still looking for a full-time job and things like that. I do like it here, but I think it's coming to the point. And then I had some insurance issues yesterday. I still haven't worked those out. Right now I'm having dental insurance. My policy got canceled. They didn't even tell me when they canceled it. So now I'm all upset because now it's going to cost me more money to get an insurance plan with that. And I'm probably not going to be in cheap. So I have to call my health insurance company, not the main one, but the other service, and see if they can find me a plan where I can get dental work done. It's just crazy because I can't afford anything more than a certain amount of money for the plan. I was planning on getting this work done and now I can't. It's insane when things don't go the way you expect them to go. I'm thinking of making this one blonde and this one a brunette. So now that we did the brown there, I tell you, the polychromos have beautiful, beautiful colors. Thank you to the 3 people in here. Don't be afraid to say hello. We love when people say hello. And technically, I guess this could be considered color your hoard. Even though I did color something in it, I didn't finish the page technically. So I guess technically this could be considered a color your hoard. I haven't been enjoying coloring lately. I haven't been coloring as much. Some of you probably have seen these crazy wildfires that we have in California. I tell you, it is really scary, the wildfires. Yeah, we had near me a few months ago something called the airport fire. And people said they could see it all the way from the top of Stater Brothers over by where I live. There's a couple of grocery stores, but people were saying that one of the grocery stores happens to be really high on a hill, so it overlooks things, I want to let you all know that I am safe, that me and my mother are safe. My brother is safe because it looked like maybe possibly my brother would have had to evacuate possibly, but that's not happening now. So, and I thank God every day that he didn't have to evacuate, that him and his family are safe. There's a lot of things going on right now. So hold on, let me see what's going on. I don't know why I always get this junk mail. Do you ever get junk mail and it's never ending? Seems like it's never ending, and I get these little things, and I'm like, I block them constantly, and it still doesn't stop it. And I'm always like doing stuff. And today, Colin haven't sent out something that they have all these freebies, and I saw some of them. I took like maybe 2 because I had most of those freebies already, so. And you guys know when I make a list of what pencils I need, and then, I buy about $50 worth from Blix every time I do that because otherwise it would get too expensive to refill everything. Right now, I'm also trying to pay off my credit card debt, which is enormous, so. So I do need help in that aspect, but this is why I'm trying to get a full-time job with benefits. And also, I'm having problems right now getting insurance for dental work, so I don't want to end up being in a situation where I'm going to have to pay for a dental emergency, and then because I don't have insurance, I can't pay it all at once. Oh, I missed a little brown. Okay. See, they start to fall out as you color it. I notice when you start coloring it, it tends to change the picture. But I tend to like when it does that. And this one is sanguine, is the brown. I don't use my polychromals because sometimes I feel like they're a really hard pencil to use. That's not to say they're not a good pencil, but there are some people who can blend with these pencils. I've not been able to blend very well unless I'm using my Prismacolors first, and then I'm able to blend, but I love coloring with these pencils. They really are a good quality pencil on a thicker paper. See, one thing I've always liked about Klara Markova's books is that the quality paper is really nice and white on them. A lot of times you get books that are a little off-white, which is fine if you like that. Or you have what's called the Amazon paper, which isn't a very fun paper. I really enjoyed that style. We don't finish this today, then we'll come back another time and do it. See, and I already see something here. Right now, I don't have a lot of pictures colored in this, so it's not the same if I put down a piece of paper. I only had the book maybe about a week or two. And yes, I did buy A Year of Wonderment by Deborah Mueller. I did buy that coloring book in PDF. I did not buy it in, I think, a lot of times I'll buy PDF books now instead of hardcover books because then I can print the pages and print it on the paper I like. Also, I refound my, is that a creature in there? What is that laying in there? Oh, a little bug. I'm thinking red for bug. I like red. You'll learn this about me that I really like the reds. Like I really love the browns. The browns are outstanding in the polychromals. And this color is Alizarin Crimson. Thinking blue, and then this would be a nice yellow. So I'm not sure what color I want the bugs to be yet. So these things, I'm not sure what these things are, but I'm thinking maybe nice blues. See, when I put stuff back into my thing, I put them down so I know what I've used already. I was thinking a nice purple, light purple for these things. Hello to the 4 people in the room. So this color is light magenta. And when I went back to New York, I found a bunch of books that I had been missing. Not a lot, but and I found my 100 set of Crayolas, which the kids love when they come over. My nieces just love the fact that I have. These 2 cases are what I keep my Prismas and my whole polychromos in. I think this is supposed to be a macaroon. I try when I color one day to color them. We'll try to color them all the same thing, because then you don't to try and remember what you colored. At least when I do videos. I was watching a little bit of NXT, and then I realized I started bringing out stuff as I was watching. I didn't finish watching NXT from last night, which is it is very different living in California as opposed to living in New York. Here in California. And me and my mother have been discussing this. Is we're thinking now that we're gonna need to start packing a go bag just in case we ever have to leave the house. Firefighters here are real danger after seeing what had happened here with the terrible wildfires. This is how quickly a picture can come together. The hardest part for me used to be doing skin tones. And that, at first there was like a flower and landscape person. Then I started getting into coloring people, and I really enjoy coloring people. But there's something about enjoying color in this too. These kind of pictures, which some people say, oh, that those are like cutesy wootsy. But I like cutesy too. And there's some people who just call it cutesy wootsy, and I'm like, well, some people say, well, that's not real coloring. But I'm like, you know what? Who cares as long as they're having fun and enjoying it? The purpose is to enjoy coloring, and I enjoy coloring these things. Like when you color markers, everything is there. Hi, Michelle. How are you, my friend? I hope all is well with you. I have been very safe. I am safe. If anybody is wondering, now I'm going to do pink. This is a darker pink. This is Madder Lake. Ooh, this is almost like a purple too. Polychromos, yes. But we use other ones too. We're going to use other things in here too. Eventually. Blue. I also have my hope lines and my prismas out as well. I've been very safe, Michelle. We are safe from the wildfires where we are. It's funny. My mother was talking to my brother, and she asked my brother, if you have to leave during the firefighters, where are you going to go? He goes, I'm going to go stay with you. Oh, here's the mailman. Yeah, I am safe. So, if my brother had to stay here, then he would have had to fire. It's very scary here. Here it's very different than living on the East Coast, Michelle. When you live on the West Coast, the thing you got to be very fearful here, living in California, because it hasn't rained here in months, so it's very dry. According to people, when you do this, so when you live on the West Coast, the thing that you got to fear is earthquakes here and fires. I mean, I feel terrible about all those poor people who've lost their house. It's not like, and when you think about it, it's such devastation. Hi, Dawn. And you got to remember, you have people who've lost their homes and everything. this is not an easy thing for them because they're going to have to rebuild their lives. You know, rebuilding someone's life is not easy. I think about that a lot, and I'm like, no, that's terrifying. Imagine you're living in that house for so many years. These people have lost everything. Sorry, guys, I just wanted to get my mail done so you guys could see them. You know, it's not my mail, so, but I thought it might have been so. But, you know, I'm glad that we're safe. What I'm thinking of doing is a charcoal blue. Me and my mother started watching an older TV series called Grimm on Peacock. It's no longer on the air, but they have all 6 seasons on Peacock, and we're watching it, and we love it. Now I'm almost done with season 5. I've been watching it for the last few weeks, so you know, and it's like over the course of a few months. It takes you like maybe 2-3 months of doing it. But I'm also looking forward to, you know, there are some people who are not rich, and they've had that house for like what, 50 years. Some people, like the Hollywood actors who make a lot of money, should be fine. But you know, there's a misconception about actors, and you know, my brother's one of these people. That actors make a lot of money. Some do, some do not. Working class actors do not make. And what I mean is someone who isn't big or isn't a star like the things. So you have to understand, actors don't make as much money as people think they do. And this isn't big. Like unless you're an A-list actor, you don't make as much money. Some people are not going to be able to rebuild. And Danielle, hello Danielle. We are coloring in this orchard full of fairies. Yes, I did buy it. And I have an interview tomorrow at 1:30, a video interview. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm really hoping I get this job. But, you know, I'm still like in the interview process. So. Right now we're using my polys. Ooh, what happened? What happened, Danielle, that you're not able to see pages? I know I've been busy, sometimes I work and then, taking care of my health. But then, when I had the dog here last, I had him till almost, I think, the second or third. Taking care of a dog is a lot of work. People think it's not a lot of work and that it should be fun. To a degree, it is fun to have a dog, but I'll tell you, it's a lot of work to have a dog. So I'm going to use this again. What is this one? This is leaf green. I am looking forward to my garden, the new Color in Heaven one, the Fairies one. I'll tell you right now, I did not like the Wind in the Willows edition one. It's not that I don't like it. It's just like something I never heard of. I saw it. I was like, it's not my cup of tea, as they say. I'm sure for some people they found it very nice. Not every image is going to be a winner, and I'm like, okay, this is not. I cry about all the people who have lost everything in that fire. I can't even imagine losing everything you own, and it's just, I cry every time I'm on the news. When I was watching that on the news, I literally started crying because these poor people, they have nothing. It's just beating me down. I know, I feel you. So, Danielle, do you still watch WWE? So, what do you think of Oba Femi becoming the new NXT champion? Now we're on our Prismas. This is Spanish Orange. Hold on, guys. I gotta get something else. I have a color that I want to use, but it's not in these three colors. Um, it is my Pro colors. These are where I keep my Pro colors. I had the what are they called? The Soho Urban pencils in here as well in this one. But then I gave them to one of my neighbors who liked them, but I don't like them personally. But that's a personal preference. These are my Pro colors. I was gifted to these a long time ago by someone. So I forget who gifted these to me, but I do like them. Ooh. I did buy some spare ones, and they did come. So remember, I had run out of stuff. I do not know. I hit this thing, and now when you hit your camera, this is what happens. Oh my God, that's dedication. How did you do 4 hours without going to the bathroom? These I don't use very often because these are kind of hard to stock. That's the problem. Some of my artist pencils are a little harder to stock right now. They're charging an insane amount of money right now Eventually, what I want to do is get the other 24 luminance colored pencils, but right now they're out of my price range. I may just stay with the 76 that I have right now on them because there's so much money. Yeah, when I go to the doctor, I have to, when I next time see my primary, I've been having some pain on my left abdomen, and no, it's not my cycle. And I don't know what's causing it. And I eat much healthier now than I did before. And I tell you, oh no, I wasn't talking about Raw. I'm talking about NXT being on CW. It's kind of funny because Monday nights you have to watch Netflix, right? Tuesday you have to watch the CW. Wednesdays TBS and TNT if you watch AEW, right? Friday USA now for SmackDown. Then I think Saturday is also an AEW show. I'm telling you, this year's men's Royal Rumble is stacked. You don't watch AEW? I love WWE too, but I also like to see the other products too. I used to watch Lucha Underground when I could find it back in New York. Lucha Underground used to be a big thing. That's where Penta, Ray Phoenix, and all these other guys are from. A lot of the luchadors, Andrade, a lot of the luchadors, and some of the Spanish guys like Swerve Strickland. Oh, you don't watch AEW? Because AEW has a lot of former WWE talent. You should give AEW a chance. They have some good, solid talent on that show that can wrestle. Just the storylines are not very good. You guys can see I did some blue. I made her blue because I thought blue would be a nice color for her. I love all kinds of wrestling. When could watch it, I was watching Lucha Underground back in the day too. And I should make the shoes like a dark red or something, or maybe even a dark purple, like a purplish blue. So, I like all kinds of things. I do have a wish list that's put up. So, that wish list grows, it contracts. Sometimes things get out of stock and then I get all upset. There's been a lot of stuff lately that I just am like, where's my Blue Violet Lake? Well, ask Mike about Penta. In AEW, he was called Penta. What is it? I have no fear. Penta Zero. Penta's been actually around for a long time. Unfortunately, Ray Phoenix cannot leave because Tony Khan in AEW is being a petty asshole, so he can't debut with his brother as luchadors. So they're being really like, what is it? Tony Khan is being a little prick. We might make this thing a light green. German Pro colors are really nice. It's always when you're doing. Really? Why is AEW not allowed in your home? It's good, actually. There's a lot of former WWE talent in the promotion. So who do you think's going to win the men's Royal Rumble? You know, there's a lot of good, solid talent in AEW. You shouldn't, because they make a lot of money, the people who go to AEW that come from WWE. Cerise Pink. Now we're going to do the skin. Where is my white? I don't see my white. Oh, well, we'll just do skin tone. I guess we're going to bring out the Prismas now for skin. I forgot I even had this out. I'm just going to do light peach. And we're not going to do in a 30 and win. No, 30 is usually someone who is a surprise. I wouldn't be surprised if they put him in at number 28 or 29. 30, they always like to bring back somebody and it's a surprise. So I would like it if they brought back somebody that's been out for a while and they bring him back in. I don't see Cena in the number 30. I see him more in the 29th or the 28th. To me, honest to God, I would like to see CM Punk win it, not Cena, and Cena wins the Elimination Chamber. Nah, he's in TNA as Nick Nemeth, I think. No. It's got to be someone who hasn't been in the company and isn't working for another company at 30. Although I've heard Trick may be going up to the main roster soon. All those, the two people who lost their titles, Roxanne Perez and I think Dolph Ziggler would be an interesting choice, but I don't think it would be him. I'm thinking I want CM Punk to win it. And Cena wins the Elimination Chamber or vice versa. No, I could see number 30 being Trick Williams from NXT. Being put on the main roster. But he'd be a Raw guy. thinking green, a light green. Got my little swordfish sharpener out here. This one's been having some issues. Like as soon as I sharpen it, something breaks in it with the hand grip. Maybe Amazing Red. I took the wrong color. This is Zap Green Light. I wanted something a little bit lighter. What color should we make this girl? Red, brown? Do not ask me for black because black never comes out well. What color? See, this is what my Christmas are for. Oh my God, so many pencils I brought out today. Brought out a lot of pencils today. Red, okay, we can do red. I can do red. This is a Holbein. Tell you what I really like about Holbeins is that Holbeins have the best of worlds. I look at Holbeins. Everything you can do with a Prisma, you can do with it, but it has the thickness of it in Holbein. It's a thicker pencil, the grip is better. If Dolph Ziggler came into the Rumble, I'd be kind of surprised, but not surprised because, WWE's been having a relationship with TNA. Oh, no. I'm sorry to hear that. That you have to deal with that. That's never a fun thing, but maybe someone mistook what you said and didn't like it and was easily offended. People sometimes, and this is nothing against you or anybody. Sometimes, we're not careful about what we say or how we say it, and then that person who has their feelings hurt and thinks that I'm sure it hurt a lot. I mean, it's a horrible feeling when we get accused of things we don't do or don't mean to do. And, we have to wonder, what did we do to make this person think that? Thank you very much. I have one where nobody came and all it was the trolls. And I was like, why did I get all these trolls? Then we do a pink. What is this? Coral. I should have brought out the other one. These don't sharpen very well in this one. I have to, when I'm done with this picture, what I have to do is color the back of it, which I always do after the stream, And I guess, what is this one called? I color your hoard, January 24, because I haven't colored anything. And hold on, I'm getting a message from my boss. Hold on. Sorry, guys, that was an important one. That was really a very important thing that happened just now. So I had to answer that text message. So they're just telling me what I owe. That here. Which book did you get? Hey Kim, what book did you get anyway? I'm curious. Did you get the book that Did you ever get your dragon book, by the way? Ah, yes, that dragon book, which I showed in my top 15 to finish. So, I colored in some of the books. I colored in only half of the books this month. So, but I'm okay with that because it's a year-long project. One book at a time and one thing at a time. So, hmm clothes were already fixed for me. So, we are coloring in Orchard of Little Fairies, Kim. So this will also be known as a color your hoard, depending on when I finish it. If we finish it today, which will be amazing if I finish anything today. But I always love finishing these books. You guys know that I love Klara's books. I think all her books are cute, but this one I think may be my favorite one. But every book is different depending on the illustrator, so. And I'm sorry, guys, I wasn't paying attention before because my boss asked me for my timesheet. So when you heard my phone beep like that, that was really rather very important because that's something that you can't just go and be boom, boom, boom. Now this is signal red. This is whole mines. And this is mauve. You know, and I try, when I come, I know I like it, but I'm not going to lie and say that this book is not cheap. This was not a cheap purchase. And I just like when people say, well, you shouldn't have bought that book because you're promoting people who are charging an expensive amount of money. I wouldn't get rid of all this stuff. Danielle, I wouldn't get rid of your coloring stuff just yet. No, what I do is just come down, come back when you're ready to come back. Don't rush your comeback. This is salmon. This is a pro color. I'm going to use this color as magenta from the Holbeins. And I've also been experimenting with other pencils to see if I can get skin tones. And I found out you know what, maybe you could give it to one of your nieces, your children. I say to this. Keep a few things. So maybe when you get back into coloring, you have some stuff. I'm saying if you don't want to keep it, it's your choice. But you may want to think about when you buy books going forward that you buy them in big print if they can. Because I know they sell this. A lot of people don't know this, but you know what? You're going to always get people who are going to falsely accuse you of things. You know how many times I've been accused falsely of things in my life? It's crazy. I one time got, and this is back in the day when I used to be in bowling leagues. I got reported for sabotaging someone else's team, and I didn't do it, and I had to defend myself. But this is because me and the other idiot got into an altercation the week before, Words got exchanged. And then the guy accused me of sabotaging him, all because I said to him, not so nicely, by the way, and this is not something you should ever say to somebody, I'll get you on the way back. But you see, this is a very light pink. And you know what it is? It's that these people who think there are a lot of people out there who think that oh, I can do whatever I want and nobody's going to bust me for it. And they don't think about how this affects somebody else's life. But I mean, if you were reported falsely, then, but maybe the person felt that they were being harassed or they felt like something happened that isn't true. I can only, maybe the other person felt that maybe you gave a constructive criticism and they felt that that wasn't a nice thing to do. It's just, you know what it is? Sometimes we have to be very careful who we offend. Middle Chrome. And sometimes you offend somebody and you don't even know you offended this person. And this person has taken it to a whole new extreme. And they don't think before they act. They're just upset and they act on emotions. Sometimes we react on our emotions, and that's not always a bad thing, but we have what we say and do too. It's not just one thing. And I tell people this a lot in YouTube. Be careful what you say because somebody somewhere is going to get offended at you. And I just recently replaced this. This one is called Fresh Green. This is a Holbein, so we are now at the grass. I did not think we were going to finish this, honestly. Uh-oh, I did not do her legs. How did I not do the person's legs? Those are my mother's dining room chair. We're thinking about getting a desk soon, so you guys, we're going to put it in a different place, but me and my mother have been thinking about buying a desk so that way we can both work and have our papers organized really nicely. So I have super chats enabled. I have the links enabled. So I really like this lettuce color. I mean the fresh green color. This is one of the colors I had to buy because I didn't have it as a backup. You have to remember when I got my Holbeins, I started off with a pastel set. That's, but we don't know what the person's motivation is. I'm right here. If you have something to say to me, say it to me directly. Don't go being a little pain in the ass. As I like to call them, mama's boys or mama girls. But you have to remember, not everybody has the same thing. That not everybody knows how to deal with conflict resolution the same. Now, I'm not saying what was done to Danielle was right, but this person who obviously reported her felt that a certain way and they didn't like something that she did or said, but didn't give them the right or some people really do get harassed. And then, I don't think people can clearly understand what harassment really means, the definition. Hello, Kitty. How are you? We are coloring from Orchard Full of Fairies today. We're almost done with this. We've been streaming for about a good hour and 5 minutes already. For whatever reason, my swordfish does not. And look at how much we've sharpened. So after the stream is over, I'm going to have to empty this out. The other thing I noticed here that I take out a lot is the recyclables. Isn't it? It's really cute. It was really, I'm not going to lie to you and say that it was cheap, because it wasn't cheap. And I had to wait about a good 2 weeks because I bought it off of Etsy. And so what did we use in this stream? My swordfish sharpener, Durowite Pro colored pencils, Holbein colored pencils, Prismas, you know what? Sometimes people don't want their names to be reported. And they report it anonymously because they don't want to receive backlash as a safety precaution. She may not know who reported her. YouTube may have said, you know what? YouTube has this thing where you can report anonymously. Like, yeah, you issued the complaint, but we're not going to tell the person because we don't want them having a backlash. And, this is why I believe there should be rules of conduct when we do something. When I'm in live, and there's always a reason why I say I believe there should be rules. Aren't they, though? I finished this, and this will be a color your hoard page. Oh, I don't go to every stream. I don't go to every live. I try to stay out of drama if I can help it, because I don't need no drama. I have enough going on in my personal life. You know what I mean? So we have technically finished the first page in Orchard Full of Fairies. Yay! So that means I can put this little sticky here. You guys know that I keep the little stickies here, or page markers. We all know what they're originally called, but we can't say that because I may get flagged for saying a homophobic remark. So we're going to call them page markers or page tags, because God knows we say what they actually are called. Someone will say, "Oh, I need a homophobic reference," and I'm not going to do that because I don't want to offend them. You can't say anything homophobic. You can't say anything about women or men. You can't say anything about gender, race, orientation. So that's all I'm going to say on that. I thank you all for coming to the stream. Yeah, we went a little longer than I normally do. I know, and I really wanted to stream something today because I haven't been doing it. I was a little bit worried the last 2 weeks, thinking maybe one of the fires was going to come here, and so I didn't really want to do that. When I saw these fires coming back. So you have to be careful about what you do. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this stream. Everybody stay safe, stay healthy, take care of your loved ones, and remember, we're all in this together and we have to take care of each other. Thank you, Kitty. Anyway, everybody stay safe, stay healthy, and stay blessed. Bye, everybody.